Did you know that 1 MOA at 300 yards is pi? Well, almost. Here's what's going on. Rifle shooters know that 1 MOA at 100 yards is about 1 inch, and at 200 yards it's about 2 inches, and at 300 yards it's about 3 inches, but the actual number at 300 yards is 3.14159.274. That's the same as pi down to 6 digits. So what's so special about 300 yards and what's so special about 1 MOA? Well, 300 yards is 10,800 inches. And 1 MOA is 1/60th of 1 degree, or it's 1/21,600ths of 1 circle. Take a look at those two numbers. This number is exactly half that number. That's a crazy coincidence. That distance and that angle don't have anything to do with each other, but they just happen to line up perfectly. Remember that. That's the key. Also, remember that when you're shooting your rifle and you adjust one of your turrets on your optic, that you're changing your perspective by some angle. If you have an MOA optic, the angle of each click is 1/240th of 1 degree. That angle is part of a right triangle. The distance that our sight picture actually moves is this side of the triangle. In our case, this side is 10,800 inches and the angle is 1 MOA. We could use trigonometry to get this distance. That would give us the exact answer, but we wouldn't learn why the answer is pi. We could also use the equation for arc length. This side isn't really an arc, but since it's really, really small, it's almost exactly the same. Let's do that and see what happens. The equation for arc length is the circumference times some percentage of the circle that the angle is encompassing. The equation for a circumference is 2 pi r. Remember that the percentage of the circle that 1 MOA covers is 1/21,600, and that the radius is the distance to our target, which in our case, for 300 yards, is 10,800. If you plug those into the arc length equation, you get this. Simplifying, 10,800 divided by 10,800 is just 1, and 2 divided by 2 is also just 1, so the only thing left over is pi. Crazy, right? So the arc length is exactly pi, but remember that the length that we want isn't exactly the arc length. We want the length of this side of this triangle. That value is pretty much pi, but not quite. So why does this work? Really, there's nothing special about 1 MOA, and there's nothing special about 300 yards. It's complete chance that these numbers happened to just match up. How much is this going to help you become a better shooter?